Anytime you hear this negative connotation about drugs, or really about drugs in general, you think, oh man, it's negative. This is stuff that gonna kill kids, man. This is stuff that's gonna rat this, rat that, man. Nah, get that away from me. Get that away from my kid, man. What if I told you that back in the day, during the ancient times, the ancestors actually used drugs as medicine, but not only as medicine, but to connect themselves to the spiritual world. Would you believe me? Let me show you. Let's start in India, where they had what was called the soma mushroom, or the search for the soma mushroom anyway, where they believed that the mushroom not only had healing properties and was also used in their religious ceremonies, but can also be the mushroom to immortality, where they would mix those mushrooms in with their drinks, um their cannabis, whatever they really needed. Like, you know what I mean? So like everything about the mushroom kind of like, basically gave these people help. And not only that, it kind of came off as like a strong stimulant. Like, so yeah. And especially in ancient India, where things were a lot different than America. Ain't that crazy though? That even back then, and especially places like, and especially these Asian places, where they're the ones today who probably tell you like drugs are the worst for you, that they were the first ones using them. But not just that, they were using them for their own benefit, their own health. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't y'all kind of find that crazy? I kind of find that crazy, but that's just me. So not only were drugs like that being used in ancient India, they were also being used in ancient China. Like for years, ancient Chinese with fiber would be using the crops and especially the seeds that come from cannabis plants in their medicine, in their robes, in their clothing, whatever they thought they could use it in, they used it in. And they not only used it in their clothing, but they also used it as a way to connect their ancestors, but to find peace and balance and like basically just essentially kind of like they use the seed, the leaves, the roots, pretty much everything that you could think of to try and like find this balance, but also use this plant that we today associate with just bad things and bad juju as a way to not only grow their society but also help their society stay healthy, and not only stay healthy but like not be stressed about stuff, like imagine how it feels to like have a whole society of people who can feel like they're connecting with their ancestors, but also can feel like, they have the mental capacity to say, to not be stressed all the time, like, or because they were using these substances. And I know that some of like the academic people and the scholars argue that we take a lot of risks projecting these like modern hallucinogenics onto the ancient texts, like because a drink or a plant was divine doesn't mean it was hallucinogenic or a symbol or um and especially in the case of China, whether it's unclear whether like weed was actually widespread or just limited to like essentially the elite mystics and healers and the one percenters. And again, these are fair critiques that are very like crucial to these arguments as to why they're against. However, you guys are missing something. The one thing that was constantly linked throughout both of them was not only altered states, but the fact that you could reach like altered ways of communication. and especially because it was divine communication, and it was so much more, and it was so much more than just like somebody's metaphor. They were observing things in nature and how it had an effect on nature, and like, and especially because some of these things were divine communication, others were also for like their own cosmic alignment and their own peace. And not only that, so therefore, I feel like this is showing us not only do like drugs and hallucinogenics and entheogens work for us, but like their deeper meaning isn't something that like we're just discovering now or just discovered 20 years ago or whatever. It's always been part of who we are as a culture.